sunny spring day. It's very chilly this morning, but I'm under the impression that it's going to be in the upper 60s today. So I think it's going to be a glorious afternoon. I'm just gonna light a fire this morning. I'll be snugly in my sweater. And then we're gonna have a really nice afternoon outside. I have gotten asked a lot of times about my morning skincare, like if I wash my face in the morning, and I do not. I cleanse my face at night, and then in the morning I use rose water and I use a whipped tallow balm. At nighttime I either use my Honey Radiance homemade cleanser, which I've gotten tons of hits on. I have a recipe for it in a video if you're interested. Everyone who's tried it has told me that they love it. I either use that. If I need a deeper oil cleanse or I'm exfoliating, I use the Oil Cleanser by Clara and Fritz. They are a tallow skin shop. This has things like grass-fed beef tallow, castor oil, rosehip seed oil, olive oil, evening primrose oil. And then right before bed, I put on castor oil with frankincense. My base for my homemade oil at my age now is castor oil. So the oil base has shifted a little bit over the years. But castor oil I have found fantastic for my skin at night. And then in the morning I spray some rose water on and I use the whipped tallow balm. So I put some clean sheets on the bed last night. That is my favorite thing. But I was too tired when all the laundry was done to stick my duvet insert in the duvet cover. So I'm gonna do that now. I have these cozy flannel sheets on the bed. I'm gonna make the bed and go light a fire. Get some breakfast going, put my tallow skincare on, let that set in for a little bit, and then figure out what we gotta do for today. Are we in focus? That is way too close to the camera for morning. Then we have this Simple Sophistications Anti-Aging Balm. This is tallow and honey base. I don't know if you can see that, but this one has that kind of creamy salve texture to it and just makes everything feel so soft. And then this one has that whipped texture to it. And this one in particular has a slight orangey kind of creamsicle smell to it, and the other one has the geranium smell. But both of these, I have loved both of these for my skin so much. That's what I do when I kind of just let this set in. Get it in there on the lips. I like to get it on my eyelashes and my eyebrows. Castor oil does help with hair growth, so I'll just let all that settle in while I'm doing my morning stuff, and then by the time I'm ready to get ready and put on some of my makeup, it'll all be absorbed into my skin and I'll be ready to go. spring organizing some of my files, and I have a bunch of books, cards, photos, letters, things like that that I want to get better organized so that I know where everything is and I can make the most of it. This beautiful Spanish gal, this is my paternal grandmother, and my aunt, who's as into history as I am, she puts together these incredible booklets. She researches the family, and she has some really cool old photos. And she puts all of this together with stories, and I just absolutely love this. This was my grandmother, I believe, on her wedding day, 1946. My grandfather was super tall and handsome, and my grandmother was a beautiful lady. I would love to take all this hard work that my aunt has done and put these into hardcover books, but I'm also going through photos. I love going through old and new photos, and I want to organize a lot of this in categories, but I also want to get some idea of some of the photos that I want to get into my parents' Storyworth book. If you remember from a few videos ago, this is a Storyworth book. These are my parents when they first met. I was able to submit this photo. I chose this title, The Story of Us When Two Become One, and this is a sample book of what the inside can look like. You're able to pick the color of the hardcover book. You can submit photos, and then there are questions, and you can kind of choose what kind of questions you want submitted. You can write this about yourself. You can do a memoir as something that you're going to give to your children or your grandchildren or your spouse, or you can give this to somebody as a gift and say, hey, I know there's a story inside of you. I care about your story and I want to know things about you. So you gift them a year subscription. They get sent questions from Storyworth, and they can either respond via email, or if that's hard for someone, they can actually respond via the phone with their voice, and then Storyworth will transcribe their answers and put it into this book, and then they get their own hardcover book with their whole story. I've been really into sentimental gifts the last few years, and I think this is so beautiful for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, just because, in special occasions. I'm going to put some photos up on the screen here so that you can see. Just tell me these aren't fantastic photos. I really just think it's such a special gift, and I really believe that there's a story inside of everyone. My parents were together for over a decade before they had me and my brother, so there's a lot of, I'm nosy. I want to know some of those stories. If you do use my link and you want to get a Storyworth book for somebody else or for yourself, just by clicking my link, you can get $10 off the year subscription and the hardcover book. And so I just want to thank Storyworth so much for these special memories and for sponsoring today's video. friends, I appreciate so much you choosing to visit me here again at the Little House on the Mountain, and I just want to remind you that our 30-day Glow Up Reset Challenge is officially live. If you have been feeling overwhelmed by the idea of launching into your healing era or to just kickstart some great habits in your life, this is what I designed this for, and there are 30 days worth of videos with me walking beside you as you go through the journey of this Glow Up Reset. All of the information and everything else will be for you in the description box. Also, it is vanilla extract making season if you want it ready for the fall and for the end of the year. And I have a great blog post for you with everything you need to get started on making your own vanilla extract. I appreciate all of you so very much. And Lord willing, I will see each and every one of you, beautiful and precious souls, right here on the next one. Bye, friends.